Hi students, welcome to our argumentative essay, which is in preparation for the AP Language and Composition exam. This video will cover how to get from a 6 score to a 7 score, which is a difficult jump for a lot of students to make for various reasons. However, if you've received a 3, 4, or 5 on your essay, this video is also going to offer a lot of really helpful strategy tips on how to increase your score to what you want it to be. So for your task that's due on Thursday, I'd like for you to create a 2-column table. And on one side, I'd like for you to record things that you've done well. So this video is going to go through positive things that you can do in your essay. If you've done those things, please write them down so that you can remember to do them again. Alternatively, on the other side of the table, I'd like for you to record things that you need to change or stop doing altogether. This video will also go over bad habits and bad decisions that student writers sometimes make. If you've made those decisions, please make sure to record it on the other side of the table so that you don't make those decisions again. You will be allowed to use this table while writing your argument on Thursday. Remember, that is going to be a graded essay. So please complete this table so that you can use it to help you achieve the essay that you want. Now let's go ahead and get started. So the way this video is going to be set up is that it's going to show a 6 scoring essay, and then it's going to show the edited version that the student completed later, which then received a 7. So both of these essays are by the same student. It's just that it went through one edit, which then increased their score by a point. Now, if you could go ahead, pause the video, read the introduction to yourself, and then when you're done, hit play so we can discuss your findings. So the first thing hopefully that you noticed is that the 7 scoring essay begins with the word although, and that immediately indicates that we're going to have a more complex sentence, which we do. Note how we have a very direct, simple sentence here that ends with a period, while here we go into a comma where we have a dependent clause attached to an independent clause. In your first sentence of your introduction, you want it to be a complex sentence. That sentence is your, hi, nice to meet you, to your grader. You want to make a good first impression and show them what you have in store for them. So employ excellent complex syntax, employ excellent diction, have complex ideas. And so the although indicates that while there is one perspective, there is an alternative perspective that is more real. And so that's a more complex concept to open with. Additionally, the ideas of deception, stories, and lies are more complex in concepts than just simply true or not. And also, win a position in an office is much more well phrased than things along the lines of tugs on people's heartstrings and practically guarantee to win. This is very informal phrasing versus very formal phrasing, which is a really important difference between 6 and 7 scoring essays. It's the tone of the writing itself that causes that jump. So next up, let's look at a sentence that we have over here that doesn't even exist in this introduction. The second sentence employs ethos and pathos. The use of our is ethos that brings people together. The phrasing of hope, honest, and capable utilizes pathos. Then let's look at the transitioning. Over here we have which is why, which is a really incomplete and formal form of transitioning that is kind of awkward when read, while over here we have however, which is a very sturdy and clear transition followed by a comma. Now, while both use the breakout quote from the prompt itself, which isn't always a good idea, but it works okay. The phrasing surrounding that breakout quote is again much more elevated in the 7. Unfortunate truth and political game is much more complex than argument and true. So the phrasing, the adjectives, the elevated language, all of that is making the 7 essay much more successful. All right, let's scoot on. Go ahead, pause the video, read the first body paragraph, and then we'll discuss it. So the first thing I want to direct your attention to is the common breakout quotes that we see here. I want us to pay attention to what the author does preceding that common example, as that really changes the quality of the paragraph itself. So first off, we have just an instance of better specificity. Instead of saying last year's, we have 2016. It's more specific, and the more specific you are, the more successful you will be. Vague, generalized phrasing is not going to lead to a successful essay. So next up, we also see kind of the, again, tone issue of the 6 scoring essay. Here we have the to be verb was, which is certain and definite and doesn't open up to any other possibility or viewpoint, which can alienate your reader because it makes them feel as though if they disagree with you, their voice doesn't matter. Now, when we look over here, we see the phrasing could arguably make. Now, that phrasing is much more appropriate to argumentation because it allows the idea that there's multiple perspectives, that there's multiple modes of argument, which is going to be much more engaged with your reader and increase your ethos as being a reasonable person. And so you want to make sure, one, just to avoid to be verbs as much as you can because they oversimplify your writing, but also to use the phrases common to argumentation. So next up, again, we see really important specificities. Foreign policy and diplomacy are bringing in political terminology that we just don't see in the other essay. We also see really excellent examples of transitioning, yet instead of being seen as a shortcoming, shows a complete shift in the perspective. And we don't see that level of transitioning being used in the 6th essay. And next up, we see the statement, Trump and his campaign twisted it into a positive, which shows the complexity of the argument where we have one perspective here and one perspective here. Now, you might be saying, well, it's all the same perspective because it's the same argument. You're right. This student is making their argument and they stick to it. But what they're doing is they're showing the subtle differences of how people could perceive what's going on. And that results in a more complex argument, which is what you need in order to make that jump to a 7. And so now we get back to the common phrasing of the breakout quotes, man of the people and make America great again. But you should notice the slight differences in the student created when editing. And then we see another common phrasing here where there's slight changes. So for instance, instead of saying create an even bigger name for himself, the student now says create a persona, bringing in the proper terminology that the student can remember when writing the essay for the first time, has gotten rid of all this wordiness. So if you're a very wordy writer, because you're not able to draw on specific terminology yet, that is going to hurt your score a little. So you want to review your terms that you've learned for AP English because it will allow for you to be more specific in what you're saying, and then that will save you time and also improve your tone and writing style. And similarly, instead of the phrasing get enough, which is very informal, we see honesty and capability that carried, much more nicely phrased, and brings in more diction. Now, a sentence that we have over here that doesn't even exist over here is the sentence, this is why artifice is an essential. This is such an important sentence. If you don't remember anything else about this video, you gotta remember this. What the student does here that the student didn't do before is bring back the central argument, to bring back the thesis of is artifice essential. In the 6 scoring essay, it's almost slightly off topic because they forget that they're writing about artifice. They don't even use the word anywhere in their paragraph, and that's a problem. In order to score well on these essays, you gotta stay on topic and you have to make sure you're arguing about what they asked you to argue about. And therefore, using this key term and making a direct statement of argumentation that relates back to the thesis makes this a much stronger essay. Then, again, we see more specificity, corrupt billionaire, and also more complex phrasing and more complexity in argumentation. The normal person versus the corrupt billionaire, people perceive this conflict in different ways, and they show that there. When the phrasing here, everyday person, is just far more simplified. And then here, the student also added in a metaphor, he became the lie, is a metaphorical statement, which is an interesting stylistic twist. All right, so now let's go to the second body paragraph. If you could pause, read, and then hit play, we'll discuss this one as well. So now that you've read it, what I want you to notice is, one, the 7 scoring essays paragraph is actually shorter. So you don't necessarily have to write more to score higher. The reason why this paragraph is better than the other one is all about its subject. You will notice over here that in the 6th essay, the student wrote about Hunger Games. You want to avoid writing about things that are steeped in pop culture because they'll be considered not only informal, but they don't give you access to the same level of information that's going to result in sophisticated analysis and evaluation. So you want to stay away from pop culture. Another thing that's really important is by shifting to the book, you have this kind of sporadic body paragraphs that don't really have any focus. It goes from politics to books. That's not even what the prompt asks about. The prompt specifically asks you to talk about politics and then possibly advertising. Therefore, this discussion about books is completely off topic. You will have some prompts that allow for you to write about multiple subjects. For instance, the unknown prompt that you guys have written on allows for you to write about things like science and philosophy and medicine, space, multiple things, and books. And so you do have some prompts that allow for that. This prompt is not one of them. It does not allow for that at all. And therefore, this student goes off subject, which significantly hurt their score. Over here in their rewrite, they decided to include a paragraph that is more on topic as it remains about politics. Let's take a look at it. So they start with an excellent transition, however, which indicates that this paragraph is going to show a perspective slightly different than the previous paragraph. And what it is that Trump is not the first to use artifice to gain power. And then it says, U.S. presidents have been an unfortunate parade of negative qualities. It's a pretty sassy sentence, and it shows a lot of personality, but it's quite formal, which is what makes it work. And what this does is that it not only establishes that it's going to show a slightly different perspective, it also establishes the timeline. This essay is going to be written in reverse chronology. And you either want to go chronologically or you want to use reverse chronology. You don't want to jump around time. So that was a good decision made by them. Additionally, they go into specifics. We have JFK and Bill Clinton and the idea of adultery, which again is much more real world and sophisticated than talking about Katniss and Peeta and Hunger Games. Again, we see specifics of family values and the kind of menu that sit at your table, this excellent imagery that the student employs in their rewrite, as opposed to using plot summary, which is just not as sophisticated. Again, we see specificity of alleged multiple affairs, Clinton's Lewinsky scandal, bringing in real events that happened in the real world, as opposed to these fictional examples, which aren't as sophisticated. And then the student also brings back that term persona, which is a really good term, and it shows continuity between this paragraph and the previous one. And then last but not least, the wrap-up is much more complex. So this idea questions the use of artifice, and we seem to be tricked by it year after year, is much more complex than people believed it, of course. Thinking back to the previous paragraph, the student brought back artifice in this way. This is why artifice isn't essential. Therefore, when they bring it back here, they bring it back in an even more complex manner, and that's because their paragraphs are building. So instead of just saying artifice is essential, they say that artifice should be questioned, and yet we're not. Do you see how that's more complex and how the paragraphs are building? That's a really excellent move, and one of the reasons why they got to a 7. Here's our final paragraph. The biggest thing I want you to notice is that this side is a conclusion, and this side is a third body paragraph with a conclusive ending. If you have time to write a conclusion, but you've only written 2 body paragraphs, do not write a conclusion. Instead, write your final body paragraph because that will increase your score by so much more. Okay, so when we look at this, the openings are going to be different because they're different paragraphs. What they do here is that they continue on their reverse chronology. They go even further back to the past. But what else they do that's really amazing is they totally flip the argument on its head. In the first 2 paragraphs, they're saying that artifice is not only a necessity, it's a reality in politics. But here they say that's not always the case. That idea of not always the case, showing the alternative, showing the fact that artifice wasn't always a necessity in politics, opens up a whole new area of argumentation and makes their argumentation so much more complex. They bring in specificities like Abraham Lincoln and Honest Abe, his genuine sincerity, so elevated language there. They do use some elevated language over here too. And then specificities of the legislator and presidency, bringing in specific political terminology. Again, they bring back the concept of artifice to ensure that they're on topic. And then bring in, what's really important here is that they use parallel structure. If you can work in a list that correctly uses parallel structure, that will give you style points, and I highly recommend it. They use transitioning, they bring in a specificity of Douglas's praise, and then they have their conclusive statements. I don't want to go over 15 minutes, but I encourage you to read the conclusions and compare what the authors do. All right, make sure to finish up your table, and I will see you on Thursday for your essay. Thanks so much. Bye.